Hello, this is Eve's Tech. Welcome to subscribe our channel. Today's course includes two parts. The first part is special training for arc welding functions. According to some customers' requirements, this training will include mostly used functions on welding robot. The second part is the practical part. The practical part mainly applies the explained theoretical knowledge to the actual device demonstration. There are knowledge on many precautions in the process of operation and what parameters settings we need to do when we are performing arc welding power supply and operation, the input tools, and the normal application including multi-layer and multi-pass welding, as well as the function of touch sense position searching function. The most commonly used positioning is 2D plus one rotation in both directions. When we enter the actual operation later, we will also focus on the operations of 2D, 3D, and rotation. The first part is the welding function instructions and interface operations. This is the main interface of the teaching pendant. You can see the function distribution of the teach pendant interface. On the left is the function button area, the main menu area in the middle, and the status display area in the upper right corner. On the left is the function button area. The upper part can show the current version information of the teaching pendant and controller. This button is the coordinate indication area. It mainly contains the four coordinate systems, including joint coordinate and rectangular coordinate, user coordinate, tool coordinate, and the coordinate modes can be switched here. This icon represents the mode of operation. There are mainly three modes, including single-step mode, continuous mode, and cycle mode. Please notice that only under online mode, which needs to turn the switch key here, it will show these three modes. You can see this video only shows two modes, including continuous mode and single-step mode, because it's under teaching mode now. This arrow mode is the online single mode. The single mode happens when switch from the teaching mode to the online mode. Click the test run button, and then after the first line of the program is performed, it will stop autonomously. This is the single mode. Then if you want to run the second line again, you need to click the physical button of the teach pendant to jump to the next line of program, and the cursor will follow the corresponding program that's running. In other words, it is a single mode. You have to click the button to continue to complete each time you complete it to proceed to the next step. The continuous mode means that after the program is completed and the robot switch from the teaching mode to the online mode, the robot will stop after completing all the programs in sequence. If you click to run the program again, the robot will go through all the programs again, then stop. The cycle mode means that the robot will not stop after running all the programs. It will run the complete program series repeatedly. In the cycle mode, if you don't let it stop, it will not stop. So after compiling the program, pay attention to the mode of operation when running. This icon similar to the monitor is the monitor interface button. After clicking this icon, all the real-time communication analog quantity status and signal display status that you want to check while the robot is running can be viewed from this monitor button. This button controls inching wide feeding and continuous wide feeding. When the red line on the icon is broken, it's inching wide feeding. Each time you press it, a certain amount of wide will be fed. When the red line is a straight line icon, it means continuous wide feeding, which means pressing when the wide feeding button is held. The welding wide is kept feeding, and the welding wide keeps feeding unless stopped holding. This is the waving switch here. You can control to turn on or turn off the waving function here. The icon of this motor represents that the motor is enabled and powered on. A green circle indicates that the power enable has been turned on. At this time, if you hold down the second gear of the safety switch, the robot's motor can be turned on and the robot can run. If this place shows that there is no power, it is not a green circle. Even if the second gear button of the robot safety switch is pressed, the motor's brake will not be opened, which means that the robot cannot be operated. This icon with a fairly weld And the welding gun is to control the actual welding command. If there is a red circle, it means that no actual welding will occur. At this time, when a complete welding program is run, the robot will not actually perform welding. If you need actual welding, click this icon again and the red prohibition circle symbol will disappear. At this time, if you run a welding program with arc start, the robot will actually start arc welding. At this time, you need to be extra careful and pay attention to safety. This button is used to switch between robot operation and positional operation.